Imagine strolling to the grocery store, reaching for a shopping cart, and finding something much more than just a discarded receipt or a forgotten shopping list. Maybe it's a winning lottery ticket, or a surprise slithering guest, or even an abandoned newborn baby. Unbelievable, isn't it? Shopping carts around the world have turned up some truly shocking and unexpected discoveries that will leave you questioning your own mundane trips to the store. Now, I bet you're wondering, what's the most shocking discovery? Well, you'll find out soon enough. What's up, my amazing and curious folks? Are you ready to unravel new mysteries with us today? I'm your host, Caesar, and joining me is the insightful and vivacious Sonia. Together, we're here to bring you the most intriguing stories on Curiosity Wonderland. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. You don't want to miss out on our daily adventures into the unknown.
Hi there, all you curious minds. Can't wait to dive into today's mystery with you.
So, let's dive right into the first of our 10 shocking shopping cart discoveries. Picture this: you're in Cambridge, England, fresh off the holiday season, and you find a shopping cart at your local Tesco supermarket. Inside, there are 6 lottery tickets and a check for about £1,500. What would you do? Well, that's exactly what happened to a couple. They tried to notify the store's customer service, but due to the long queue, they took matters into their own hands. The couple started a social media campaign to locate the ticket's rightful owner, a gentleman named Barry Levitt. Can you imagine his shock when he realized these tickets and his winnings were not in his bedroom, as he thought, but rather in a shopping cart left outside the supermarket? Fortunately, our good Samaritans returned the tickets and the prize money to him. Now, moving on to our second surprising find. This one takes us to a Target store in Sioux City, Iowa. And let me just say, this one is a bit slithery. Imagine finding a 6-foot Colombian red-tailed boa constrictor in your shopping cart. Yes, you heard it right, a boa constrictor. Now that's something you don't expect to pick up on your Target run. The snake was given the name Targi and was taken to a rescue center before being adopted by a herpetologist for educational purposes. Quite an unexpected shopping trip, wouldn't you say? So what do you think about these stories? Shocking, right? Well, wait until we uncover the rest. Now, this next find is truly shocking and not for the faint-hearted, listeners. On March 12 in the year of 2023, police in Chico, California, received a call about a body wrapped in a white plastic sheet inside a shopping cart near a FoodMax grocery store. Surveillance footage showed a man, Timothy Weichert, rolling the cart into the store around 6:20 in the morning and leaving it near the store's restrooms. The cart was moved to the front entrance and sat there untouched for 2 days until it had to be moved for a customer in a wheelchair. It was around 4:30 in the afternoon on March 12 that a security guard spotted the cart and called 911 after discovering a body inside. The body was later identified as 61-year-old David Niles. You know, this story brings back a memory from a few months ago. I was at a local market, and I noticed that a shopping cart had been left near the entrance for a few days. Nothing as grim as this story, of course, but it was filled with what looked like someone's personal belongings. It really struck me how we often overlook these abandoned carts, taking them as part of the everyday landscape without wondering about the stories they might hold.
That's so true. You know, it's funny you mentioned that because just the other day, I came across a shopping cart filled with old books and a teddy bear at my local grocery store. It got me wondering about the person who left them there. Was it a child? An elderly person? And why did they leave them? Life truly leaves its stories in the most unexpected places, doesn't it?
Continuing our list of shocking shopping cart discoveries, we come upon a story from Cedar Park, Texas. On November 13, 2019, a woman named Silver Taylor was at her local Walmart. As she stood in line at the pharmacy, 2 customers alerted her that her hands were bleeding. Paramedics were called to the scene, and that's when a razor blade lodged inside the shopping cart handle was discovered. The blade was facing inward and out of Taylor's range of vision. She suffered 3 large, deep lacerations to her right hand and a minor one to her left. The incident led to a hospital visit and Taylor filing a lawsuit against Walmart for premise liability and negligence.
That's really scary. The everyday objects we interact with can conceal such dangers. Can you provide any examples of similar incidents?
Well, there have been various reports of razor blades being found on gas pump handles, in playground equipment, and even in public restrooms. It's a disturbing reminder that we should always be conscious and cautious of our surroundings. Moving on to our next shocking find, on June 5, 2017, in Tempe, Arizona, a pedestrian made a disturbing discovery in the parking lot of a Food City grocery store. A newborn baby girl was found wrapped in a blanket and placed inside a small Jonas Brothers backpack in a shopping cart. The baby, who still had part of her umbilical cord attached, was believed to have been born 1 to 3 hours before she was abandoned. This incident occurred just 50 feet from a safe haven location, a place where parents can safely surrender their newborns without fear of prosecution.
Oh, that's heart-wrenching. I wish more folks knew about these safe haven locations and the protection they offer. Are there similar provisions in other places?
Yes, most states in the U.S. have safe haven laws, which vary but generally allow parents to leave their unharmed infant at a designated location like a hospital, fire station, or police station, without fear of legal consequences. Some places even have baby boxes, which are climate-controlled boxes installed at safe haven locations where babies can be safely and anonymously surrendered. These laws aim to protect newborns from being harmed or abandoned unsafely. Thankfully, despite the summer heat of between 103 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit on the evening she was discovered, the newborn was found to be in good health after being taken to a local hospital. However, she was later placed in foster care when no information could be found about her identity or her parents. Moving on to our next shocking shopping cart discovery, we go to Gallipolis, Ohio. In June 2023, an Army veteran named Robert Sneed was shopping at his local Walmart with his toddler daughter when he found a cash-filled envelope in his cart. Initially thinking it was a discarded shopping list, he was surprised to find it was actually an envelope containing $2,000 in $100 bills. Having a strong sense of integrity, Sneed didn't hesitate to do the right thing. He gave the envelope to a store manager and also made a post on Facebook about the found money. A Walmart spokesperson later confirmed that the money was claimed by its rightful owner that same night. In a decidedly more light-hearted turn of events, a woman in Hamilton, Ontario, got quite the surprise when she discovered a live mouse in her shopping cart. Michelle Hill was shopping at Franco's No Frills grocery chain on November 6, 2018. As she was checking out, she reached for a loaf of d'Italiano bread from her cart and discovered a live mouse inside the bag, happily munching on a slice.
Oh, wow. That's a mix of heartwarming and cringe-worthy stories right there. It's truly amazing what one can find in a shopping cart. The lesson here seems to be, always check your cart before you check out, for many reasons.
Continuing with our surprising finds, let's talk about a rather unsettling discovery at an H-E-B grocery store in Spring, Texas, in April 2023. Deputies responded to a call about lost property, which turned out to be 85 grams of methamphetamine along with several other illicit substances left in a shopping cart.
That's unusual. How did the authorities respond?
The Harris County Constable's office took a humorous approach. They posted about the find on their Facebook page, inviting the owner to come and claim their lost property. However, there seems to be no record of anyone responding to their announcement.
No surprise there. What other bizarre finds do we have?
In September 2015, officials discovered a box of ashes in a shopping cart at a Walmart in Kilgore, Texas. The ashes belonged to U.S. Marine Donald Krell, a Korean War veteran. His ashes had been missing for years and were supposed to be buried in Van Zandt County.
That's heartbreaking. I hope they managed to get the ashes to where they were intended to be.
Yes, it's a poignant reminder that every item found in a shopping cart can have its own unique and sometimes complex story. That's what makes these finds so interesting.
Absolutely. It's strange to think of a shopping trip as an adventure, but with these stories, it's clear that sometimes, it can be exactly that.
Officer Angela Birch of the Kilgore Police Department made it her mission to ensure that the remains of U.S. Marine Donald Krell received a proper burial. After a year-long search, she was able to locate Krell's daughter in England and secure her permission for a local burial. With the city of Kilgore donating a cemetery plot, Krell was finally laid to rest on Veterans Day in 2016. Officer Birch was recognized for her tireless work with an Achievement Award. Now, for our final shocking find, we take you to Fairway Market in Stamford, Connecticut. In July 2017, 3 men attempted to purchase groceries but their card was declined. They left the store, accidentally abandoning a shopping cart with a plastic bag containing a gun wrapped in over $10,000 in cash. The men returned to retrieve the bag claiming they left a phone inside, but by then, the police had been alerted. All three men were taken into custody, with charges including criminal possession of a pistol or revolver, carrying a pistol without a permit, and reckless endangerment.
It's amazing to think of the stories behind these discoveries. From heartwarming tales of honesty to surprising finds of illicit items, it really does show you never know what you might find in a shopping cart.
Today, we delved into the extraordinary world of unexpected discoveries in shopping carts, revealing stories of misplaced riches, bizarre animal encounters, and crimes. We've journeyed from the find of winning lottery tickets and a prize check in Cambridge to an abandoned gun wrapped in $10,000 in cash in Stamford. We've learned that something as ordinary as a shopping cart can hold tales of mystery, humor, and even heartbreak.
From finding snakes to ashes of a war veteran and illicit drugs, it's been quite a roller coaster ride. To all our listeners, if you've enjoyed these stories as much as we have, help us out by hitting that like button, leaving a comment, and sharing this episode with your friends. Let's turn every shopping trip into a treasure hunt.
Indeed, every shopping cart could be an adventure waiting to be unrolled. We appreciate your company on this journey, and we can't wait to bring you more fascinating stories and curiosities in our next episode.
Until then, keep exploring, keep discovering, and remember, the world is full of wonders, even in the most unexpected places. Goodbye, everyone, and take care.
Goodbye, and thank you for listening to our podcast. Stay curious. Today's captivating stories come from an article titled 10 Absolutely Shocking Things That Were Found in Shopping Carts, penned by Julie Henthorne and published on Listverse on September 18, 2023. You can find the full article in the video description if you want to delve deeper into the subject. Now, it's my time to exit. Stay curious, folks.